What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Life with your boy Daquan Mack. I'm just chilling, minding my own business in my own lane. You know, just hanging out, vibing at the moment. Sitting back, thinking about what I done been through in life, what I done been brought out of. God is always good. He's so amazing. He's so magnificent. He just so great, you know? He's the one that we can lean on, depend on, we can call on in the midst of trouble, hardship, whatever you're going through. I sit back and look and think about when the first time I went to prison and how old I was. I was 20 years old. Like, I didn't know what I was going to face, what trials and tribulations wait for me. All I know that I was coming off the street, a young black male, and I'm used to selling dope. That's what I was used to at the time. And yeah, I had done work jobs and stuff like that, but I had a bad attitude, so I really wasn't trying to be on nobody's job. So when I went to jail, it was a new step, a new process for me. So when they put me on that van talking about I'm going to the reception center, I ain't know what to think, I ain't know how to feel, what I was going into. I just heard the people in the cell that was on the way to prison that morning too, what they was saying. They was talking about, hey, don't tell nobody what you in prison for. Don't tell nobody what your release date is. They gonna try to jump on you. They'll try to stab you up and all that other stuff. So I'm like, huh? I'm like, well, I ain't worried about none of that. So I go there, and the first thing I see is the officer talking about, they telling us to get butt ass naked when we get off the van. Like squat and cough. I'm like, squat and cough? Ooh, man, what? I'm not trying to get naked in front of nobody. But that's what they had us do. They had everybody get naked. Like on the wall, like it's a gate. Both sides, they drove the van in there, the bus is in there, and they tell everybody to get out. So we in shackles. So they stand us on both sides. And they make us strip. And then they start talking about, open wide, lick your tongue out, put your finger in your mouth. So they want you to put your finger and go around your gums and everything, licking your tongue out after you just done spread your ass cheeks. Like, what the fuck? Come on, that's what I'm thinking in my head. I ain't say it. So they take us in there, they going on, they weigh us, they do our height and all that, they go through our property, and they let us know what we gonna have. We're gonna be able to keep. So then they cut our hair, bald head, patches there with skin to the white meat. Then they tell you to go shave and take a shower. And so now you ain't on medical and all that. And so they calling your name and all extra stuff to go in there to get classified, take AIDS tests and all other type of tests, piss in a cup, blood work, and then them people like, go stand in line and wait. So as we sit down waiting, they calling our name and stuff like that, but you gotta sign out and say, sir, me, I'm not no loud person, I'm not a loud talker, so they made me hold a sign talking about talk louder. But it was one person, they slapped the piss out his ass because he was talking on the bench. So by the people talking on the bench, they made all us get on the ground and put our heads on the bench. So you like, man, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, man, I'm not on this. This mess right here got me effed up. Like, I'm not trying to deal with it. I'm grown, but I did the crime. So my mama always told me, it's something that's gonna make you mine. Either the jail cell, the police in prison, or you're gonna be 6 feet up under. But it's something. So they did all that. They sent us to the dorm. Now I'm grown. I'm 20 years old. I'm thinking I'm finna go to the grown folks side. Man, they put me in there with the YOs, the orange hat. So I got a marching signed off. My first night, I'm marching sign out Golden Child. Sit down. They had Salisbury steak and mashed potatoes. tell me why they only give you 2 minutes to eat. By the time you sit down, the road down the hall, getting up. So you gotta walk and eat. However, so the next day at lunch, I'm still not feeling it. We marching to the child, signing off and all that, but I'm marching, but I'm lips. I'm not doing all that. So we get in front of the child hall. They talking about marching in place and slap your hat. Now, it's dinner time and it done start raining. So I'm not finna do all this extra stuff because we finna go eat. So the man saying I'm not signing off and I'm not slapping my hat in rhythm with everybody else because I really didn't care. So he tell me get in push-up position and do push-ups. Remind you, we finna go eat chow. So I'm like, man, I'm not finna get in no push-up position. He like, oh, yes you is. So I'm like, no, I'm not. You might as well call the captain, colonel, whoever. So he like, cuff up. You going to the lieutenant office. I'm like, all right, but I'm still not finna get on that ground and go eat. So he take me to the lieutenant office and all that. And the lieutenant talking to me, I'm like, sir, I just came in here. I'm from Brevard, and this right here, I really wasn't feeling it. I'm really not studying it. So I'm hearing him, he trying to talk to me, and like, you can't do this. You'll go to confinement. You way better than that. So I'm listening to him, but I'm not really studying him. So he ended up giving me a pass, let me go to chow, because I tell him, I said, you want me to get in push-up position, do push-ups, and then go to chow. Remind you, before I went to prison, I wasn't working out. I wasn't doing none of that. That wasn't in my MO. So a push-up, I probably never did a push-up in my life. And he talking about doing a push-up. So I'm like, no. So when I get back to the dorm, everybody like, man, you was blessed. Talking about that sergeant normally slap you in the back of your head, this and that. I'm like, man, well, he ain't finna put his hands on me. And in there, they call everybody sergeant. They could be an officer, and people want to call them sergeants to try to kiss their behind. So went back to the dorm and it was on to another day. I made it through, but